All right. I had my speakers going for some strange reason. And that is how you get feedback into your microphone. Got lucky here, killing time, but happy to catch you. Hey, thanks, Mike. I appreciate it. I am just now getting started. And we're going to continue on making our little racing game here. And I've made some changes since the last stream, which was last night. But I think it's pretty fun so far. What's up, Q Merc? Actually, first off, this changed. I changed the track design because I went and changed the track tile map to make it easier. And because I did that, it made everything look like that whenever I changed it. So I just did it in the same tile map object. But I spent some time this afternoon taking care of that. So hopefully that will be a little easier to manage, because I was having a rough time last night trying to find certain tiles. Yeah, right. I feel like... There we go. And I was talking last night about how the last week's stream got a copyright strike because of the music. It got 3, actually. Last night's stream got 1. So I yet again had to change the music source. So hopefully this one doesn't attract that kind of attention. So here's what we got so far. Made the lanes a little wider so we can drift a little better. And just trying to make different little parts of the course to test and debug as we go along. So that is what I got going so far. Kind of a little test track. All right. Let's see here. Don't quite remember what we left off with. I know we did the rough thing. We had to figure that out with our trigger once, because that was getting kind of weird. Looking good. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't want to do any work on it off stream, but I think that saved a lot of very boring content setting that new tile map up. So I'm happy that I did that. What else? Oh, I lowered the boost time, like the length that you are boosting. I upped the subtraction, and the boost does not last as long now. So that's good. How have you not hooked up with an artist? You know what? I need an artist for everything that I do, because I am terrible at being an artist, and that's why we're using Kenny's racetrack pack. This is the tile map for the tracks from Kenny's asset pack. But I was going to mention that I signed up or joined a game jam for like the first time in 2 years. and it's for the full month of April. And I'll probably be streaming most of that work. And I was thinking about teaming up with an artist, or trying to find an artist that would want to do some work. I have no idea what I'm going to make yet, but I don't know. I guess I will try to find somebody when that time comes. Technically, I have most of the month of April to figure that out. Okay, I don't think we needed this, because that's how we were trying to slow the car down after it boosts, or after the boost runs out. So I think it's just these two that we don't need. I still need the else. Okay, cool. A game jam be interesting to watch? Yeah, I've watched a few people work on their game jam stuff over on Twitch a few times, and I think I'll have better notes then, because I'll probably outline the whole project, what I want to do before I get started, so I won't kind of be wandering in and out of ideas like we are with this one. But I actually like this project quite a bit, just because it's worked, and I've had some help along the way figuring things out when I get stuck. So, what do we want to work on? So, this is just my notes. Nothing is set in stone. I do want to use their skid marks and smoke. Maybe we set up a particle system as a somewhat of a placeholder for now. And we could do controller support. Replace art with assets. I think we can take that off for now. I'm going to continue to use Mr. Kinney. We got lucky, and his racing pack assets were the exact size that I was making this game from the beginning. I had no idea, and that worked out quite conveniently. All right. I would like a pit stop, and I'd like many different things to happen in the pit stop, and I have some ideas for that too. I need to write those down, so we could get to that as well. Drift power-ups. Could do money too, a currency. Some Vroom coins, or Vroom bucks. That's right, I said it. Okay, I'm going to... I think I'll start with a particle system. So, that will be in drift. So I'll do another sub group. Vroom bucks. I blame you for that coming into my head without any effort. I'll call this no. Let's skid. That's what we'll say. Hey, what's up? Peter, I was watching a little bit of your Breath of the Wild over on Twitch. Was it yesterday or day before? Might have been yesterday. I was at work, so couldn't really join in, but I was checking you out for a little bit. have a name in mind for this game. We've played around with some pretty silly stuff. QMerc, I think, has a running list, and they all include the word vroom. Thanks for joining. Yeah, man. It's nice to have something up on the other monitor while I'm doing work that I just can't stand to do. But in answer to your question, Mike, no, we haven't settled on a name yet, but I'm certainly taking suggestions. Okay, I'm gonna create a particle on the car layer. Yeah, man, I'm doing great. Just started kind of streaming here on YouTube on this channel just, like 2 or 3 weeks ago? Maybe 3 weeks ago. And after maybe the third stream, I ran a poll to see what people would rather see on a stream, on a game development stream, and making a new game from scratch on stream was the overwhelming leader in that poll. So I just started it up, and I thought, man, I've never used the car behavior in Construct 3, and it's actually kind of impressive. I found it to be pretty useful, and I've never used it before out of 5 years that I've been in Construct 3, but it works really good, and I'm having a lot of fun. We're making I made a particle. That's why. So yeah, we have a little racing game. Gonna make it multiplayer, when we get there, and you got some drifting power. We can drift around corners. We can boost. It's hard to tell how fast you're going, and we got some meters, and we're gonna have like in-race achievements. What did I just push? Nope, that ain't it. Did I exit out of it again? I don't know how I do that. It's got to be a Construct thing. But, yeah. Mario Kart. I like it. It's so late. You going to bed soon? Oh, hey, man. Thanks for stopping by, though. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, what is it? Yeah, you're past midnight, huh? Or later? It's only 6:15 where I am. In the afternoon. Way better than last time. I agree, Mike. We've done some work. We've figured out some I don't know what you'd call them. Things that did not work. Just past midnight. That's what I was thinking. Let's see. I'm going to do maybe like that. Bring that saturation down. Got a little grayish, bluish going. I'm going to clear that. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Paintbrush. 1. Hard. Opacity. Smooth. 5. Come on, man. 5. There we go. No. 3. That's not it either. Let's do 4. Something. Fine, I'll just do 5. Something like that. All right. I'm going to have this shoot out when we have, or when we drift. Continuous spray cone. Let's do like 8. Getting there. Let's make that. What does 50 do? That's a little much. 20. Timeout. That's not. About 0.5. And let's do a -20 grow rate. Make it a little smaller. I like that. I believe Peter is in Italy. Isn't that right? If I remember correctly. Italy. What part of Italy? Speed randomizer. Oh, that acceleration. I don't want that. Speed's good. I think the rate's a little much. Milan in the north? Nice. I could find that on a map. Never been to Italy. Never been to Europe, period. I would love to go. Omaha, Nebraska. I have been through Omaha before. But I am in the great state of Oklahoma. And it's cold and dry and windy here today. It is absolutely miserable. I made my dog go out by herself to do her business. That's what you get to do when you make the rules. I wonder if we made it just a little smaller. I think that looks better. I like the smaller. And let's go 15. I think that'll work. I'm gonna need 2 of those, so I'll just create 2 of them. Yeah, I think we can come back to it if we need to. The speed randomizer. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Let's move him. Particles. Tire smoke. You've been to the States a couple of times. Afraid I've not been to neither Nebraska or Oklahoma. You're not missing anything. Except tornadoes and ice storms and 120 degree heat Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius. We really do in Oklahoma, I can attest, for this. We have the worst weather. Place in your heart for that snowy picture. Yeah. What was that? I remember that. 100 is like 30 Celsius. That sounds right. Let me see. $37, 37.7 Celsius is 100, according to the almighty Google. But yeah, man, in the summertime, it gets dry. We go a month or more without rain or cloud cover. And last year, it was so windy, it destroyed my garden at the beginning of spring. I was very sad. Very sad. What was I going to do? Oh. Ranging from ice storms to, yeah. Rip garden. Yeah, I haven't set it up yet this year because it's still pretty cold, but should be able to plant here in a couple weeks or so. GPUs run hot. Well, yeah, I have mine in a well-ventilated area, so I keep mine pretty cool. But I have to have, in addition to the air conditioner in the house, I have to have a fan on me during the middle of summer, especially with these two screens and lights on. It gets a little warm. $28. You're gonna make me look that up. $82. That sounds nice. That sounds nice. I mean, it's a little warm, but yeah. Yeah, I think it comes out to 82.5 Fahrenheit, which they don't count halves. They just count whole numbers. I am going to, let's see. I know what we can do. Let's go to our car. And add a point to the back. You heading off? Hey man, I'm glad you stopped by. I appreciate it. I'll see you around. Have a good evening. I'll go 4x4. Let's move that there. And then I'll do another image point. Where's that one? 1, 2, 3, 4 in. So something like that. Oh, it's only one down. Okay. Yeah, Mike, what you were saying earlier about it looking better. Here's a good example of that. This was the car that I drew that first stream just to have a car. So it's nice to use assets that are made by people who can actually make assets. I know Kenny's are pretty generic by design, but I kind of like that. Okay, so I have 2 image points. Let's go ahead and I'm going to make a new layout with an event sheet. I'll call this, this will be my meta layer. And I will take and that still has all of everything. Good deal. Let's go. Nope, let's go to. Let's rename that. Yeah, and you know what, Mike? I have Aseprite, I have Photoshop, and I have Krita and GIMP all on my computer. And I know Photoshop pretty well. And I know Aseprite fairly well as well. But I'm telling you, man, I'm just not that good at like visualizing art. I don't know. My art is in numbers, and that's why I like the programming languages and math. Just not good at it. I would rather hire somebody who is very talented. Because they're gonna always be looking for a project or work. So I think I'd rather do that and focus more on doing stuff like this. That's my excuse. I am going to spawn an object from the car. Nope. There we go. Tire smoke. Fiber is cheap. Oh, Fiverr. Yeah. That's actually, I've been looking at Fiverr lately for, I want to make some emotes that you guys can use in chat if you'd like, that are specific to this channel. It's something fun. So I'll probably do that. I think the problem, like with this game jam coming up, if I tried to rely on somebody through a platform like Fiverr, I don't have, not criticizing. Oh, no, I didn't take it that way. No, not at all. I don't think I would hire for a game jam through Fiverr because time limit, and if they send me something and I need it revised and so on, I think that would be more stress than I need for a game jam, which game jams can be pretty stressful to begin with. I'm going to do a repeat. I haven't used repeat in a long time. Let's do 2. Spawn on image point 1. I want to make a local variable. I'm going to have to sneak it in there. Tire smoke. Nope. We'll just call it tire smoke. I'll set it to 1. Tire smoke 1. I'm going to put it in there. Vroom smoke. Yep. Yeah, we'll have to make a different one for the boost. We'll get creative on the visuals for the boost one. Okay, so tire smoke. Image point. Tire smoke. Repeat 2 times. Add 1 to tire smoke. Add 2. Tire smoke 1. So when that should do it. Let's see. It does! Yay! Oh. And I need to make it a child. Add child to car. Add child. Smoke. X and Y. I think I do need angle. I think. I'm going to have to turn them around, aren't I? Oh, no. You go up there. And yeah, okay. So that'll... Do I have any games that are on the web store? I have some games on itch. Let's see if this works. Itch. I don't think it worked. Oh, it did work. So that link should take you to my itch page. And these are just all the projects I've worked on. Mostly game jams. That one's a game jam, game jam. Yeah. The golfing over probably took the longest. The 5 steps from home. Wadeep, who was just in here moments ago, he was part of this. There was 5 of us that got together and created one game. We each created a different level for the game. So, yeah. The golfing over was really cool. That was fun. I spent an entire week. I was off work and everything. I spent so many hours on that one, and it's kind of hard. And then Extinction placed really high. I think that was one of the Xander jams that I did. That one did really good. So, yeah. Those are my games. I want to put all my other projects out there. I just haven't ever got around to it. Extinction is really amazing. Hey, thanks, man. It's got a cool little mechanic with the carrying the bomb around and everything. It's a cute little dinosaur game. I made none of the art in that game, in case anybody's wondering when you see that game. Well, I made some of it. You had fun playing it? Good. I had fun playing it. I had fun making it. That was a good game jam. Okay, Mr. Skid. That works. I'm going to set that to set angle. Set angle to, let's say, car dot angle car angle minus 180. Let's see if that works. It works! Okay. I'm going to have to move the rate up a little. Maybe the speed too. Oh, nope. This is the only bad thing about having a repository for your objects. Is you have to change them on this layer or this layout. Speed. Let's bring the speed down a little. I'll go half. And the rate to like 30. And let's do the timeout to 0.4. For a boost trail, instead of smoke circles, it could be the little words. Yeah. Last attempt, I don't believe you, but yeah. I like the I mean, the particles just, you know, it just adds a little something. I wonder. I mean, they're not going to be, it's only going to be when we drift. I think that's good. Let's set the layer. Move to bottom. There we go. Nice. I wonder if we increase that rate. Maybe decrease the speed. Nope. There we go. Oh, yeah. I like that better. We can play around with that. Get off of the thing. That's what I wanted to do. I want to make that bounce off the walls so we don't get stuck. That's nice. Ooh, ooh. Bouncing again. Okay, I'm happy with that for right now. You can help me with the art. Oh yeah? What you got? Like suggesting an artist or you personally? Oh, excuse me. Let's see here. I like that. It's good. And let's stop the spray. Where are you, spray? Set speed, randomizer. Are you down here? Set spray. Set spraying. Not spraying. Okay. Cool. I think. Good. All right. So, down in Mr. Skid, what is it we have is drifting? So, I'm not even going to need that. I'll just put it in drifting. Set drifting to true. is drifting. Set spraying. Spraying. And is not drifting to not spraying. This might be easier than I thought. Haha. What's up? Huh? Yeah. When I impress myself, I'll take it. I like it. Works like a charm. Okay. Looks really good. Thanks. Yeah, I like it. We might have to tweak it a little later, but at least we have the visual now. Don't need skid. Now, it does have Kenny's assets. So it has these skid marks. And, I mean, it's hard to tell what they would look like in the game, but I don't know. Yeah, it's just... I don't know. Seems a bit weird to me. I think I'd rather just make my own instead of trying to figure out how to implement it. To keep things simple, you could just use the same particle effect, just with a different color for the boost. Yes. We could also put that same particle system in a function and change some of the properties to make it look a lot different. Because I'm thinking something more of like a flame. This is what flames do, if you didn't know. Just a flame like coming out of the back is what's my idea. So, yeah, maybe a light smoke particle and then an animated flame. I don't know. I'll have to look into that to see. You know, since me not being an artist and all that, I understand what a flame is now. Well, aren't you glad you tuned in tonight? I learned what a triangle is last night. So, this is a very educational stream. Okay, let's do the bouncing off of steering, brake, reverse, maybe steering. Actually, first, a flame would be really good. Yeah, and maybe like a little particle system underneath it so it looks like it kind of, like the flame fizzles out into smoke, maybe. I don't know. I could be getting over my own head with that, but okay, I want to bounce. Bounce, bounce. But I don't want to change the friction because I want it to slow the car down. I want it to slow the car down, just push it out a little. So I think I'm going to have to use a custom behavior. Where are you, custom? Custom. Let's see what that does. Pixels per step. That's not what I want. Let's see. Let's go check out what car has Set angle of motion. Oh, it is. Push out. Push out solid. Push the object to a space if it's overlapping a solid. That is what I want. Push out solid at an angle. Oh, I have to set the angle. I don't want to do that. So I think it's push out solid and then opposite angle or nearest. I'm not sure which one works the best. So when we collide, push out solid at angle. Let's do on collision with barrier. Object car. Push out solid. Let's try opposite angle. Pixels per step. Number of pixels to move each step. That might be too much. No stepping. Oh. Okay, let's see what that does. Press the right button. There. That's a lot better. I'm not getting stuck nearly as bad. Push out. Push out. Kind of bounces it. Need to let the dog out? Yeah. Mine's asleep. I'm not worried about her. Okay, let's see here. Let's make this, instead of opposite angle, let's go nearest. See what kind of craziness that does. Yeah, I don't think so. I think it's opposite angle. And then I'm going to do linear and that 5 pixels. Let's see if that does anything for us. That doesn't do anything for us. That might have made it worse. Let's do 20. I don't understand why. We could do our own version where once we hit, that friction will slow you down, but let me do 0.1. Disable that. That's what I'm thinking. So when we make contact, maybe we'll just give it like a short timer. It'll slow you down. We'll drop the friction, run a timer. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to get rid of that. Let's see. Steering. I'm just going to make another group. What is it? G? Yeah. Group. Let's call this. Wait. Don't I have a barrier one? Is it in drift? I don't. Drifting boost. I guess I don't know why I would have a barrier group. So that makes sense. Let's just call this one barrier. And I will put it up here. Oh, I need one for that too. Let's say start. Move that up here. We can move that whole thing into there. Nice and organized. Love it. Let's get a particles. I'm gonna have probably quite a few more of those. It deserves its own folder. Okay. Let's do car on collision with barrier. Go to car. And I'm going to do a timer. Let's do 0. 0.1 should... No, let's do 0. Let's try it out with like 0.3 first. And I'll call this... Let's see, this is going to be... crash in to barrier, so... Because I'm going to need a second timer. So if I crash in, I'm going to start that timer. And that's when I'm going to change it. Try RPG in a box. You know what? I have that downloaded in, what is it, Epic that hosts that? I think I have that downloaded. I've never played with it, but it was free one day, so I went and claimed it on the Epic Store. I'd like to do RPG in a box. What's that other one? Build Box. It's a 3D one, but it's a no code 3D. Claimed it when it was free. Yeah. Yeah, I have hundreds of things in my Epic Store list. Get a free game every week and free assets every month. Build Box. Let's see here. See if I can find it. Build Box. 3D game builder. Build Box. Monthly plans are back. Oh, I didn't know they changed that. Let's go see pricing, because this used to be super expensive. 2D games, 1 world, 20 scenes. So basically like Construct 3's free version. Enough to get you thinking about it. Oh, this is classic. What's Build Box 3? Huh. So every to get everything is $700 a year. And this is why it's not popular. Like, people don't know this thing exists. I followed them for a while, and I finally put a stop to their emails because they weren't... I figured they would jump on board with all the other game engines and lower their prices, because how's anybody going to use this thing? Just seems... See, you're still... Even when you pay, say, $190 a year, you're still restricted to 5 worlds and 50 scenes. So to get no restrictions, you have to spend at least $500. That's a little extreme. It is, but Unity and Unreal, I know they're heavy on your machine, heavy on resources. They can slow a computer down real quick, but if you have a computer that can handle Unity or Unreal, then they both have their own node system, like no coding. It's a visual coding. And those are both free until I think Unreal is free until you've made over $1 million on your project or on your game. And Unity, I forget what their cap is, but I mean, if you're making that kind of money that they're going to start charging you, you're not going to mind paying it because you're making a lot of money. Otherwise, they're free. And that's why I don't get why they're doing it this way, because it just doesn't seem very smart. Unity is 100,000. Okay, see, and I mean, it's I think to pay for their license is a few hundred. So, I mean, I know it's got to be less than 1,000, right, to buy the license. So, to me, it just doesn't make sense to charge for a game engine that nobody knows about and have restrictions. It's weird. What is Soundbox? Hey, for another 100 a year, you get a music editor. Or 700 a year, you have a better music editor. So, yeah, I don't know who's using this. These are the kinds of prices that companies would pay. And I just don't know of a company that's making, commercial games that are not in either Unity or Unreal. Got to be a millionaire to use BuildBox. Got to be a millionaire to become a millionaire. And I am not a millionaire, so I'm not. Maybe one day I might try out the free version, just see what the catch is. But yeah, I want to try the RPG in a box. That looked pretty cool. A lot of 3D stuff. Okay. Hit barrier. That's what I'll call it. Okay, hit barrier. We'll start the timer. And then on timer. Hit barrier. We will change our car's friction to 0.05. And then we'll start another timer. That'll be another 3 seconds, or 0.3 seconds. And I'll call this one set friction. And on that timer, set friction. Did I spell that right? Friction. Okay. We will set. Nope. We will set that back to 0.4. Yeah, I might change those with the wait action. I just like using that timer for testing. So the idea is when we hit a barrier, I want the friction to slow the car down. But then I want to change the friction to almost nothing so that it'll start bouncing and we won't get caught on the barrier. So let's see if that does anything at all. Not really. I wonder if I need to set the friction. Could do a while I'm overlapping it. Okay. I'm gonna get rid of these timers. Let's say on collision with barrier. Okay, let's do a variable. We'll call this is barrier. Boolean on collision with the barrier, we'll set that to true. Set Boolean barrier to true. And then is barrier true? We'll on collision. Okay, I'm going to set this a little higher. Where did we have that at? Like 7 before? 0.7? And I'm going to put the weight in here. Let's weight 0. Let's do 0.2, and then we'll wait and then set it to true once we collide. So barrier true. Then we can say if it's overlapping barrier, we'll do another. Well, no. If barrier is true, we'll wait. We'll wait that 0.2 again. Let's try it this way and see if it just actually works. And then we have to set it to false. Oh, nope. It waits 2 seconds. Then it does it. Then we'll wait 2 seconds and set it to false. So that will trigger that one. Let's debug car friction. I don't need that, or that, or that, or that. Okay. Is barrier. Oh, I bet that definitely needs to be a static since its scope is not global. What else? Cars friction. Oh, and the variable. Static locals is barrier. Cool. Not the desired result. Huh. Yeah, it's worse. So it needs to wait more before it goes back to false. So I'll do a full second so we can see what the heck's going on. Okay. So it should just be, yeah. Okay. So that is working. It's not waiting a full second though. Is barrier true? Oh. I'm gonna do a trigger so that it does not because it's not waiting that full second. Oh. That works better. At least I'm not getting stuck now. And it is slowing the car way down, so that's good. I like it. So that... Why isn't it turning false? It should be turning false. I'm at 0.05. It's not turning false. So when we turn it true, that's a trigger once as well. Wait 1 second. Set barrier to false. Wait 1 second. Turn it to false. If it's false, set it back. I feel like that should work. You had a call? Cool. I am trying to make it to where when we run into the wall, we don't get stuck because the friction was slowing us way down. But if I lowered the friction, then we never got stuck at all. Like we could run into the wall and it didn't slow us down or anything. So I'm making it a state for the car that once I hit the wall, the friction it stops the car. Then we wait a fraction of a second and we change the friction to almost nothing so that it'll bounce off, because that push out from angle was not working. So I'm just kind of making my own bounce away from the border kind of thing. And I thought it was working, but now it's not setting it back to false. I wonder if so. True, false, true, false, true, false. Okay, it is. But see, I'm not getting that 5 or 0.05. So now it's not setting it to true. Okay, there it's true, but it's not changing the friction. So I think this was right. I want to change the friction first. Maybe if we set it up here and then this as a trigger once. Then we can set the barrier to false. Okay, that's working. Oh, what? I think that's it. It was just the order in which they go in. So I am getting friction and I'm also bouncing. It seems like that could be exploited. I mean, it does slow you down, but trying to. Okay. There it is. Different from what you're doing. But what about a bounce away from the wall and car spins out like Mario Kart? I feel like the bouncing on the wall and spinning out it feels like too much of a punishment to me. I do like the idea of the car spinning out, but maybe for like kind of like the banana peel, like there's an obstacle on the track or another player. I think that's as good as that's going to get. I guess I could set it to no friction, because it is stopping it, but we're also able to get off off of the side. Where before I was just having to barely just inch my way out. I just don't like that. But that's better than what we had for sure. But yeah, like I was saying, a spin out, I mean, that just seems like a harsh punishment just for hitting the wall. But maybe other objects or things that the other players can throw out to make you spin out or something like that, like bounce out, not enough to be away from the wall, but just a 360 spin, be quick, and they would still be facing the right way. Well, I mean, but see there, like me trying to turn, I don't know. Well, hold on. I do appreciate you throwing it out there, but I think that I might be able to use that actually. Okay, I'm going to do this for sure. Space is going to be drifting. ARD is down, and that's shift. You are now space. And brake and reverse. You can now be, we'll say you're shift. We'll just swap you out. Okay. Okay, let's make it spin and just see what it does. It's probably going to be like the best feature of this game now that you brought it up. So let's do something like that. And now I think I'm going to have a car controller and just use the sprite as the animation. It's your game. I'm just back here getting bounced around while you hit walls. No, it's everybody's game. At least that's how I advertise it when I send out tweets and Discord messages. I like to think through all the possible answers first out loud and get them wrong so that we can find the right one. If you believe that, then cool. All right. There we go. Okay. Let's do I rotate it though? On collision with barrier. Let's see how that would work without using a behavior. Rotate clockwise. We'll just do that. 360. So because the car is going forward, I think this is why I'm going to have a car controller object and just child the sprite into it. So let's see. That doesn't do anything. On collision, I'm gonna let's see what that does. On collision with barrier. Huh. Yeah, that's weird. I wonder why that's... Well, I have free reign to everything. I have no friction. Okay, well, it looks like I'm going to have to use a variable or a behavior. Actually, let's just set up a car controller. That's what we'll do. That's weird that it won't rotate when I clearly told it to. I deleted it. Okay. I'm going to clone this little guy. And we'll call this car. This will be the sprite. Sprite underscore green. Now it seems like it's going to be too much work. You see what you did? Oops. You just wanted the stream to last longer. Okay. Yeah, this is going to turn into a thing here. Let's do car underscore controller. We'll use that. Let's delete that. Use that. It got me. Yeah. That's cool though. I don't mind. I mean, we want the game to be cool. And if spinning out is what the people want, then spinning out is what the people are going to get. Let's see. Start a layout. Okay. Let's go into the behaviors. And we don't need any of these. Put you off to the side. We will car controller. Nope. Yeah, we can add the child. Add child. Sprite. X, Y, and angle. We will set the position. Set position. Oh. Those are both going to have to be in the... Set. Really? Come on now. Set position. We could do to another object. Let's try that. Car controller, image point, 0. I don't think those meet up. Match up. You know what I did? That's not what I meant to do. Okay, I'm going to delete that one. Oh my God, what did I do? Let's select all, copy that, go into our controller. Let's clear that, paste that. And I think Mrs. Marlin might need to grab you a beer for this one. Oh, man, I still got at least an hour and a half before she gets home. You notice I quietly got back on stream to avoid being beat up today. I told her what you said last night, and she kind of laughed, but then she kind of like gave me one of those eyes, like it's going to go down. I think she just wanted a reason to smack me. Why? Where's our 131? God, don't do that. Okay, this is controller. So I am going to... I'm going to guess the shape. Okay, I like that. And really, we could make it more angled. Maybe less of a chance of it hitting, getting stuck on a wall if the collision is at multiple angles. That's what I'm going with. Okay, origin is 106. Okay. Let's do 105. And is 35... What is this? 71. 30, so 35.5 is in the middle. Cool. Okay, let's set that up. 105, 35.5. 105, 35.5. Sweet. Image points are still set up. I'm going here, and I'm going to clear and just fill it with that red. Everything else is still on there. Okay. Something like that. Event sheet. Set the car sprite to the controller at image point 0. That should match up now. It does. And then that will need to take place first. Then we add the child. Let's set the angle also. We might not have the same starting angle. Car controller dot angle. And if we just change its angle to test it out, and it works. Sweet. Let's make that controller invisible. And everything should still be working just fine. I forgot I changed my... Oh, come on. Got new controls now. I lost a particle. Huh. Oh, because it's on car controller. And those image points are on. So let's replace that car controller with our sprite. There we go. Minor setback. Sweet. Vroom vroom. Ooh. See, I'm not getting stuck on it like I was. It is a significant slowdown, which I want, but we're not stuck there, so that's good. Maybe if we okay, I'm gonna change the brake too. That's gonna be reverse is gonna be S. And then having a car controller might come in handy when you add upgrades. I agree. Yeah, you got lucky. Yeah, I mean, I probably should have started it with a controller object anyway, but it's cool. That was very painless to change all that. That didn't take any time. I'm gonna change S for brake to I don't know. Let's do Q. For no reason at all. And brake. Okay, this is going to be S. So forward. And then reverse. I don't think it's supposed to reverse that fast. When S is down, deceleration to 2000. Huh. Is that 2000? Okay, so that's the normal deceleration. Okay, so there's really I wonder. Okay, that's Q. Full speed. Oh, it's an abrupt stop. Yeah, that's awfully fast for a reverse. So I think that's going to have to change to speed checks. If the car speed is less than 1, then we reverse. So deceleration is not the speed of reverse. So I still need to make this max speed. Set speed. Set max speed to 200. Make sure that works. Okay, that's good. No, dang. rear wheel drive and steering. Okay. Else car deceleration. Okay, I don't think I need that. If car speed is greater than 1, car max speed to car max speed. No. We'll just go ahead and set that back to 800 for now. Else. Set maximum speed to 800. S is down. Simulate car pressing brake. Oh, if it's less than 1. That's right. How does that... Does brake go in reverse? I wonder if... Deceleration. If it's greater... Man, now my head's getting all... Car speed. It's less than 1. And we hold S. That's going to be the reverse. add a... Where are ya? Add a variable, function group, add comment. There you are. Reverse. And make some... There we go. Reverse. And that's in the wrong place. Break. So if car speed is more than 1 and Q is down, it's break. Let's say no to that, and then just bump this up to like 8,000. Cool. That's a good break. And we don't need that. So, how is that going in reverse? Simulate car pressing brake. Oh, wait, no, I don't need that. Oh. Right? Right. Then, is that set up somewhere and I just forgot? Car maximum speed to 200, and it's working in reverse. But it's also Q is down, deceleration is 8,000. I bet that's not right either. Let's go to our car controller. Car speed. Max speed. Deceleration. See, now I gotta reset that 8,000. Because that slows down pretty good. Q is down. Okay, that's for reverse. Does that matter? It does. Okay. Are you wondering why it reverses when it brake? Yeah. Yes. And that is, the brake is actually reverse in the behavior. I just figured that part out. So if the speed is less than 1 We set the maximum speed to 200 and we keep reversing. If car speed is greater than 1, we set it back to max speed, back to 800. If it's more than 1, yeah, we set it back to 800. And if it's more than 1, we also set the deceleration to 800. So this would actually go in down here. I have to go down here. Else so if it's greater than 1, we can set I guess it's just going to be an else here. If Q is not down, we'll set our deceleration back to 2,000. Okay, it's 2,000. I hit the brake. It's 8,000. Okay. Oh, and that actually works pretty well. I think that solved it. Cool. I'm sure I'll find a bug with that later on, but that cleared some things up. We can now not go in reverse at the max speed of 800. I feel like at 800 is kind of slow too. Did we ever... What is car max speed? Car max speed. The variable... max speed to car boost speed. But we don't ever use this anywhere else because it doesn't exist anywhere else, right? Bug. Oh, I need to... Changed all my controls. Okay, is it still? Whoops. It is. Okay. God, I'm a terrible driver. Yeah. So, didn't even need that. Wait a minute. It's not doing that thing that I want it to do. Slow down after a boost. Set car max speed to... I just don't know where we actually use that. That's the only place we don't check for it anywhere. Okay. Let's try it with it on. Oh, you can drift while in reverse. Have to take care of that. No. Huh. Only when you set it back to not boosting. Right, but I don't use this variable, car max speed, which is way up here. Car max speed. The only places I use it is when it's established as a variable, and the other place is right there where I set the value of it when it's here. So it does not make sense to be there. I just tested that out and it's not helping. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete it. You misread it. Wow. Find references. Oh crap, what did I just do? Hold on. I did the wrong one. There we go. Okay, did I test the right one? Man, I hate it when I do that. Yeah. Oops. So, don't need that. And I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of it. Cool. Where? Okay, is boosting, not boosting. If car speed. Set car max speed to self.car.max speed -5. This was working, and now it's not. I changed something somewhere. Such a backtrack, man. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's not near as interesting. But when you start adding all the extra little features to your game, it just starts affecting all the other parts too. And I'm going to change control to R. Now everything's on one hand. I feel like it was your fault for mentioning something where you ended up using the controller. Well, that needed to happen. We needed an object to handle all the everything. That way we're free to move the car. But that shouldn't... I mean, we're still working with the car. The only thing the car sprite is... Oh, it does have a... I need to get rid of that. It has a variable, but it's not used in here. Because this is... The car controller is what we've been working on this whole time. I just changed it, duplicated it, and made this one into a sprite. And that's all it is just the sprite. And I don't even need the... I don't think that matters though. Because it doesn't have a behavior for running into solids. I should just be timed out. No can do. I told Stream Elements to never do it again. It's like you're sitting in the back seat. I just need one of those little soundproof windows that raises up. Like in a limo or something. Not that I spend a lot of time in limos. I don't. Okay, if we boost... Maybe this is supposed to have a trigger. A trigger once? I don't think that'll do it though. Oh, I already changed the controllers. The buttons, I mean. Okay, it did. It did. It just went really fast, so I need to lower that. Maybe not. Is boosting to car boost speed. Set maximum speed to itself, its own max speed, which is 1700 at this point. And we subtract 5 as long as it is greater than the default speed. Car default speed. Where did I use that 800? Man, I'm all over the place. Brake and reverse. Yeah. Car default. Car. No. Oh, because it's in there. Ah. Huh. Car default speed. That needs to not be in the drift group anyways. I should have just put a lot of these variables as instance variables. Now, I don't know. Maybe we should do that. Not right now, but that might be a thing. I'll just make them all global so there's no scope restriction. Default speed. Car default speed. -5. I don't think that's... Oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to change that to car default speed. Okay. I don't think that changed anything for what I'm looking for. Forgetting where all my buttons are. Hmm. Where was that deceleration? That didn't change, did it? That's so funny. No. It did not. Max speed. Speed, okay. Don't need that. These are all drift bar, subtract. Those work without being static. Flash on, meter ready. Default speed. Can drift, drift points. Rough slowdown. I don't know what I did. It was working. I think. Let's save a new version. I am going to take a quick break. Get up and stretch. Take my dog outside. Why not for now change it from car speed greater than car default speed, set speed to change it. Right. Because the problem I'm having, and you may be talking about something else, is this max speed. Car speed greater than a number. It's this max speed. Whenever the boost is done, is boosting. So when it's false, oh, wait a minute. If, that's what it is. If the car speed is greater than 1, because that's less than. If it is greater than 1, we set it to back. We set it back to 8. So what if we did it? I thought you were trying to get it to slow down slowly. I am, but it's going from that 1700 speed immediately down to 800 as soon as the boost is over. And it's because of this. It's this right here. When it's less than 1 speed, this is when it's greater than 1 speed, which is what we're doing at the time. It sets it at this default. So this code never even takes place. That's what I did. Oh. Use your imagination, okay? So down here, when we're not boosting, we're trying to subtract from that 1700 speed all the way back down to the default speed of 800. It's not taking place because if our car speed is less than 1, this does its thing. Otherwise, when we're greater than 1, which we would be in a boost, we're setting it to the default speed automatically. So this never has a chance to take place. So I think this else, maybe else to the S, if S is not down, then we go back to default speed. So that'd be a separate else. Okay. I'm gonna do that. Just do it. Okay. That should be... We should solve all the world's problems. Let's back up. Yeah, so that max speed is changing 200 to 800 when I let up. Okay. Let's... So, yeah, that's right. Okay. 800, 1700, and there it is. Now it's slowing down gradually. Oh, push the wrong key again. Who designed this track? 17, and it slows down. Cool. All right. Fix that. Save it. I'll be right back. Oh, hey, dog. You want to go outside? Oh, do you want to go outside? we got the dog a treat. She refused to go outside. She did not refuse the treat, though. Okie dokie. What you doing, huh? Did you want to come up here? Come here. Oh my goodness. Well, this is Princess. She only has one eye. She had two when we got her. We just scooped it right out, didn't we? Princess! She is about 12-ish. We rescued her, so we don't know like exactly how old she is, but we've narrowed it down to about 12. Just a cranky old lady. All 8 pounds of you. Okay. Mwah. Go lay in your bed. What was it that made her eye need to be removed? Hey, excuse me. So we adopted her and one other dog at the same time about, we had them about 6 years now. Excuse me. And 1 year to the day after we adopted them, she started getting like migraines, and I'd never seen a dog have a migraine before, but she just started drooling, and she hit the deck, and she's trying to cover her eyes, and she'd be just kind of frozen like a statue for about 5 or 10 minutes. And after about 2 or 3 days of that, we were trying to get her to, just get some rest and try to get her to feel better. And then she had a seizure. And we freaked out. The next day, we took her to a animal hospital. It looks exactly like a human hospital inside, but it's for animals, of course. It's in the name. And we got an MRI and a spinal tap that day. Did not know they did spinal taps on dogs. But they shaved the back of her head and extracted spinal fluid. And that is pretty much what saved her, because we were able to see through the MRI and the testing of the spinal fluid that she had, it's called GME. I forget what it stands for. It's very medical terminology. But it's caused by, what is that called? Where your spinal fluid gets inflamed. Now I gotta look it up. I wish my throat would cooperate. Inflamed spinal fluid. Inflammatory disease of the central nervous system. That's what was doing it. I can't remember what it's the viral bacterial infection. I'm going to hate myself when I see it. Meningitis? Is it meningitis? I think that's what it is. I'm not that smart. See, I would have never known the difference had you not told me that. Yeah, but that's what it is. It's, I think it's called meningitis. I think that's what that is, inflammation of the spinal fluid. But what it does is it goes through your spinal fluid and your bloodstream, and it goes into your head, your brain. And the inflammation gets into your, like the lining of your brain, and it makes it swell up. So whenever it swells up, when it's inflamed, it's up against the skull, so it can't push out. So all of the swelling pushes down onto the brain itself, and that causes a seizure. And she ended up having 2 full seizures within those few days. And we got her on all kinds of medications. And here it is 5 years later, and she's almost off of her last medication. And about a year after she started her medications, we were tapering her off of them. And I went too fast. And I took her off of her meds too fast. And she had a relapse. She had another seizure. So we took her back in, and they put her back on medicines, higher dosage. And what the answer to your question about her eye, that you didn't know the story was that long, did you? When you're on a heavy dose of steroids, your immune system is, it drops. And it's so certain cells can do their thing inside your body. So steroids help your body direct their whatever it is, some intelligent sounding medical term, and it attacks the issue, and it just lets your body fix itself. So that's what we had her on, and then they started adding all these other medications, and it worked. And we think she's in full remission. She hasn't had a seizure, knock on wood. She hasn't had a seizure in 5 years, but when the steroids suppressed her immune system, she either bumped her eye or got something in it, and it couldn't, because of the steroids, it couldn't repair. Her eye was not repairing itself because the steroids were blocking that part of her natural healing process. So we got her back down off of the steroids, and her eye, she got glaucoma in it, where it would swell up because it wasn't draining properly. And then she had a cataract that had formed, and we took her to an eye specialist for dogs. I'm not kidding. And he's very expensive, but we treated her eye for like 2 years, and it would drain every once in a while and look like flat, like her eye would go flat, and then it would swell back up. So after 2 years, we had her on 3 different eye drops and other kinds of medication. And the doctor, he finally said, it's up to you, but if it were me, I'd take the eye. And I was like, take it. I think it'd be better for us and the dog. So glad she's doing better now. Oh, thank you, man. I think she's pretty lucky to be in this house. My wife is, we are both dog people. I'm all about dogs. Love, love, love dogs. I like animals in general. I'm fascinated by them, but these little things, very loyal. Okay. I fixed that. I'm happy about that. So, huge animal lover. Yeah, that's why we get along. No, I know some people that, they don't like dogs or cats or anything, and I'm like, what do you do with your time? I don't understand. My world pretty much revolves around our dogs, and then we only have the one now, but yeah, everything is made for a dog-friendly environment in this house. In fact, she has like 5 beds throughout the house, and one of them is right at my feet that she's laying in right now. Spoiled. Ridiculous. What are we gonna do now? It would be really cool to be able to make skid marks on the track that stay there for, a little bit, or maybe even the whole race. And I'm thinking we'd probably accomplish that using the canvas, HTML canvas. I would have to look it up. But with HTML and CSS, we'd have to write some code for it. But I don't think it would be that difficult. I will have to... you'd like to see how that's done? Me too. I'm going to look into... I've seen similar stuff like that done before. So I know it can be done, and I don't think it's going to be that hard. Where is it? Did I already pass it? Canvas. Drawing canvas. That's what it's called. All it does is it uses HTML canvas, which is built into HTML. And HTML is pretty straightforward. That's how I got into programming and game design in the first place. Not that I'm good at programming, but I've studied it quite a bit over the years. It just doesn't show. Okay, what should we do next? What if... Actually, I'm going to do the boost meter. I'm going to set it... Oh, it's when we drift, right? Yeah. Is drifting. Set the height to self plus 2. So I'm going to go 0.5, and then I'm going to set up a debug control so we can give ourselves full drift. So, input, keyboard, on key pressed. How about 1? And then in drifting, how do we... as long as it is less than 100. And is boosting is false. That's right. Okay. Do I need to set anything other than the height? I don't think so. let's try that out. Set height to 100. I'll put this up here. Debug. One. And then our boost. Yep, that works. Now. Oh, it still fills up pretty quick. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, everything still works though. Okay. Calm down there, buddy. Well, I just thought of something. What was I going to do? I just thought of it. Oh, I know what it was. Boost. That R is throwing me off. We'll do E. I'm not going to know what any of the controls are. Why does it look like the car has rear wheel steering? Because the image point is at the front of the car. And we did that because it made the drift make sense. Like the back end swings around. So we could put it in the middle. And then that would, I don't know, let's try it. I gotta change some things though. Let's put it in the middle. And then I need to put that one in the middle as well so it will line up. Is there a way to switch image points? So when you rotate in mid-game, I don't know. I've tried it before. I mean, the engine has been updated many times since I tried like rotating or moving around an image point, but I don't think it's built in. I think you have to kind of get the math equation to do that calculation for you, but I don't think you can rotate around an image point. I think it just takes the origin point. I think the origin point is where all the built-in stuff for Construct 3 references first, I think. So that's whoops. So that's a little better. I mean, it's a compromise, but we could we could set up several different frames in the controller. And each frame would have an image point or the origin point in a different place. And then we could, because you can set position to an image point. So we could line it up in the beginning to make a new image point. And then we make it a child at that position. So it will should always stay. Or does it go to origin? That I don't know. We'd have to try that out. But that would, I mean, that would be a whole setup. So we can definitely try that out. Let's see what drifting looks like. The turn is a little different, but see the drifting is, I mean, it's still good, but it's, that back end doesn't swing around like it did when the origin point is at the front of the car. Maybe just put that in the notes for some other time. I'll put it in there right now. Without a question mark next to it. Let's change our origin for different states. Because what I'd like to do is each state that it has, like if it's going forward, then maybe put it, how would that work? Yeah, I think maybe like if you're just regular going forward, it would be maybe in the middle. And then when you drift, the origin point would be at the top, at the front of the car, so that back end swings. And then when you are going reverse, it would be at the back of the car, so it would look like it's a front wheel steering, which it should be. So that might work, but yeah, that'll take some planning out. That could be a whole stream worth of changing. But I think that might make it control better. I do think. It is in the notes. Change origin, different states. So a lot of my other notes and ideas are, I don't know what I'll take that question mark off of your action words suggestion. I would like to, I definitely want to do a pit stop because I think there's a lot of different things it could be good for. And you would have a strategy for taking the pit stop or not. And then, sounds like a lot, but it would be cool. I think it would be. I think it would, visually, it would make it look correct, I think. But I think it'll also make the controls feel smoother. I could be making all that up, but that's what I'm thinking. And so a pit stop, looks like a couple of stuff in the notes needs the pit stop first. Yeah. So I'm thinking, you know, like, let's say your drift meter is low and, you know, it's blinking. I would like to have it where it doesn't fill up by itself. Because that's how we have it now, is it fills up by itself. So I'm thinking like when it gets low, there would be either, I was thinking like maybe some water on the track, and that would cool your tires off a little bit. But then if you decide to go into a pit stop, you can get a full boost meter, a full drift meter. Maybe if we put like damage or something on the cars, uh, maybe even be able to add a perk or something when you go through the pit stop. And each one of those things would take a little bit of time to complete. So you could leave the pit stop at any time, or you could get fully stocked back up, or just stocked back on one thing. That's my idea going into it, is make the pit stop worth something, but also make it where it's not absolutely necessary. So it kind of adds like a little bit of a strategy to the mid-race. That's my idea. I think this camera could come out a little. I feel like it's zoomed in a little too much. Sounds like a good idea. Cool. Well, we'll start putting some of that stuff in there. Pit stop wise. So I don't know. What do you think? You think the camera should come out? I agree. Be a little bit further back. Cool. I do too. Which we can actually change that in game. Like if maybe when it goes into the pit stop, it kind of zooms in, and then you zoom back out when you come out of the pit stop, or something like that. I'm all for the effects. Immersive gameplay. Let's see. What am I looking for? Project properties. Sounds cool. Good deal. Compatibility. What am I? Oh, viewport size. Let's just do it in here. On start a layout. Let's set the scroll. Is it down here? Scroll to X, scroll to Y, scroll object. Let's go to scale. Scale. Set layer scale? No. That's all the layers. Layout scale. I'm going to see what our our scroll to. I didn't really need to pick that. Set scale. Nope. Set enabled. Shake. How? I guess it's just the layout. Let's do that. Let's try it with layout scale. Layout scale. Let's do 0.5. That's better. Oh no, that might be a little too. See, that's UI 100% scale rate. So it would have to be How have I done that? I know I've done that before. Let's go see. GM. No. Fighter. I know I do it in there. Camera. Zoom. Set layout scale. But oh, I don't have. Oops. Get my UI. Let's see if that does the same thing. UI. Parallax 0. Oh. Oh, that's hard to see. Yeah, that's the edge. Okay. Well, no. That's staying in the same position. If I get it actually on the screen. When it zooms out, it stays in the same position. No, well, yeah. I can't see the edge. I'm a mess. Where is it? Turn off the background. There we go. Okay. Let's put it right there. 520 size. That's not what I'm looking for. There we go. Parallax scale rate 0. Oh, scale rate 100. Gotcha. Yeah, I apparently figured that out when I made that feature of that other game. Okay, there it is. That all seems correct. So it will not scale. Oh, my dog ran off. That means wife is home. Dog is happy. That's weird. But for right now, I think that's going to work. Okay. How do we feel about the scale? Maybe not quite that far out. Maybe a 0.6. Get off. Mrs. Marlin in the house. That she is. Let's do 0.75. 0.75. I kind of like that. Is that maybe? .6 looks good. Okay, I'll set it back. Cool. When other players are in game, it'll be nice to see that. Yes, and also when you're, boosting and all that stuff. Because I was just thinking about that. Maybe whenever you hit the boost, it zooms out so you can kind of see ahead a little better, and then it just flurps back in. Something like that, maybe. I like boosting into walls. That's kind of cool. Okay. I'll put that back at 6. I'm going to put that on my notes. I like that idea. Zoom out on boost. Cool. Let's cam zoom out for boost. Maybe in for pit stop. Just so I don't forget. Cool. Let's see. I like that. I like that a lot. That's the only one that doesn't need to scale, right? Drag right. Yeah, just the UI. There's almost more lines in your notes than there is in code. But making the notes keeps me from overscoping too much. Because at least I write it down and set it aside. I don't put it in and then mess up one of the other features, one of the other mechanics. Okay. So, I still want to make skid marks. Maybe. But we'll look into the HTML. Canvas. Canvas. Skid marks. Boost flame animation. Overscoping. What's in your nose? A AAA game. I mean, I have notepads like this that are just filled with all kinds of ideas that I've never even started on the project. Like a full decked out game. And I have no idea if any of it works or not because I haven't done anything with it. But I think with all our ideas that it's going to be pretty good game. In fact, eventually I'd like to start putting this on itch and just be able to update it after each stream and kind of have like a way for everybody else to test it out and play with it. I agree. It might take a little time. Might take a little time, but yeah, with what's planned, make some better course designs. I need to figure out the rough thing because what I need to do is go into that tile set and make some custom ones that are that can go next to these and not be just like a straight cutoff right there. Maybe some curves without the red barrier. Stuff like that. Probably a few more items in the tile set. Let's see. To do custom track tiles. Let's see, things like the speedometer, that'll be just for visuals, just to show you the player how fast they're going. And we got to be getting close to making some items and deciding what kind of items would be good to have on the track. And then maybe some obstacles, like little oil slicks, maybe some water. A shortcut made out of the rough. Exactly. Only become useful after you upgrade your wheels in the pit stop. Yes. Or we could even make like the boost feature upgradable, where it gets better each time you upgrade it. Yeah, but like the tire thing, I think the tires can be a whole mechanic on its own that's affected by a lot of stuff in game. Wear and tear, upgrades, cooling them off. Yeah, like getting new tires. That'd be an upgrade. Or you could just replace the ones you have for a much cheaper price. Oh, are those the ones you ordered? Yeah. Uh-huh. They look good on you. I wouldn't wear them, but dream game incoming. I can't stop it. I can't stop thinking especially when I'm in Construct 3 and doing things. I'm like, oh man, what if we did this and this? Oh, that's a good idea. Like not even looking at the notes. My wife ordered some new sunglasses, and now she's taking selfies. Oh yeah, and the tires, like what kind of tires you have would change your drift recovery, and different types of tires could be different. And as your tires wear, you might slip a little more, less traction, stuff like that. See, I keep going. Keeps going. All right. Drift power, drift down. Oh, and then the money. Have your wife waving the checkered flag at the finish. Oh, she said have the dog waving the flag at the finish. All right. Let's see here. I think I'm going to I think I might wrap this up for tonight. And let's see, I can get those custom track tiles done outside of stream. I think that's better. That could take a while to redoing it and all that stuff. I think maybe this changing the origin for the different states thing might be the next challenge. I don't think it'll take a whole stream, but it might take a while to see if it can work. And maybe we can throw in the controller support. So something to look forward to. Got a plan. But all right, I think that's going to wrap it for me. Appreciate you hanging out with me, giving me all your ideas, making my overscope even more overscoped. But yeah, all right. And everybody who was in here earlier too. I know you're probably not in here, but thank you anyways. Hey, you have a great night as well, Q-Merc. I will pass that along to Mrs. Marlin. And enjoy the rest of your evening. And I'll put out another scheduled stream here. I'll try to force myself into one, like maybe Monday or Tuesday. I'll take a look at the calendar and see if I can fit that in. I would like to be doing it more often than just the weekends, for sure. So, see how that works out. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Q-Merc. We'll see y'all next time. Have a good one.